Good morning, children. So let us continue with the chapter heat. Okay. So a little bit part was remaining. See, children, when we start speaking about two types of breeze. Okay. We have sea breeze and land breeze. See, children, you people know that we have two surfaces. Land is one surface. Sea water is one surface. On both the surfaces, sunlight falls equally. It falls equally on land also and it falls equally on sea water also. But land will become heat up very fast compared to the sea water. So the land becomes heated up very fast. It becomes heated up very fast. And whatever the air is there above the land, even that air also becomes very much heated up. The air on the land becomes heated up very fast. So the air on the land becomes heated up, the air on the land becomes heated up, and that hot air which is on the land, it is going to rise up above in the atmosphere, because land was heated up faster than the sea water. So the air over the land, it also become heated up very fast, and the air over the land which was very hot, it will rise up to the atmosphere, and that hot air will go towards the sea. Okay, and whatever the air which is above the sea water, air above the sea water, which is comparatively very cold compared to the air above the land, that air above the sea, that air above the sea water, it will come towards the land now. Air above the land which was hot will go towards sea, and the cold air from the sea water, it will come towards the land. So the cold air which is coming from the air above the sea water, that cold air which is from the air above the sea water, that cold air which is coming from the sea, that we call it by the name, children, sea breeze. And whatever the hot air, the air which was from the land which is going towards the sea, that is called as land breeze. So children, this is a cycle, it is going to continue in the nature. Okay. So what I mean to tell, land will become heated up fast compared to the sea water, and the air above the land which becomes very much heated up, that is going to rise up in the atmosphere, and it is going and it will go towards the sea, and the air above the sea water which is comparatively cold, that cold air will come towards the land. It is a cycle, it will be continuing in the nature. So children, what I want to tell you here is, it is a cycle. Then so only the windows of the houses in the coastal areas, windows of the houses in the coastal areas, these windows are facing towards the sea only, because the cold air will come from the sea during daytime. During daytime, it is exactly the reverse during night, because water will take lot of time to cool down. Water will take lot of time to cool down. So the air above the sea water, it also takes lot of time to cool down. So at night time, what happens, children? At night time, we get the heat air from the sea towards. We get the heat air from the sea, and the cold air from the land will go towards the sea. Simple. During night, we get hot air. We get hot air from the sea, and cold air will cold air will go from land towards the sea. Exactly the reverse, whatever the process which is taking place during the daytime. Yes, children. Daytime what happens? From the land, hot air will go towards the sea. Cold air will come from sea to land. During night, from the sea we get hot air, and from the land cold air will go towards the sea. This is a cycle, continuous cycle in the nature. So this is what, how the wind takes place in the atmosphere. Then children, you people might have heard about, like I have already spoke about conduction. The transfer of heat takes place in the solids, in the liquids, in the gases also. However, the heat was flowing in the metal piece. Heat will flow in the metal piece. Heat is flowing. That process is called as conduction. Convection, I have showed you round bottom flask. Water was heating in that flask, so that hot water will go up, cold water will come down. Transfer of heat, hot water will go up, cold water will come down in the round bottom flask. That is what the transfer of heat takes place from hot region to cold region, and cold water will come down. This is the cycle again here. So this, where hot water will go up, cold water will come down, again cold water becomes hot. There is a transfer of heat from hot region to cold region. In case of liquids, where there is a transfer of heat in the water, that process is called as convection. Conduction can take place in solids. Convection can take place in liquids. Radiation, children, we get lot of sunlight from the sun. Okay, children, we get lot of heat from the sun. That heat is coming in the form of radiations towards the earth. This radiations, children, it doesn't require any medium, because most of the region, most of the space between the sun and the earth, there is no air. Most of the space between the sun and the earth, there is no air. There is no medium between sun and the earth. Most of the space is empty only. There is no air. There is no medium. But still, though, the sun radiations, they can travel in the vacuum also. Vacuum means where there is no air. Vacuum means where there is no air. Vacuum. Vacuum means, children, where there is no air. Vacuum means no air. Even though if there is no air, sun's radiations can reach the earth's surface. Okay, children. See, people like a hot, like vessel is there, very hot, like a vessel. If you are going to take it out from the flame, the heat from the vessel is getting transferred to the atmosphere, to the surroundings throughout process. The heat is getting transferred through radiation process. Understand? Something hot objects are there. Hot vessel is there. If you are going to take it out from the flame, from the stove, keep it outside of the stove. Whatever the heat is there in that vessel, that is being transferred to the surrounding atmosphere, where the atmosphere is cold. So the vessel becomes cold. So the heat from the vessel is being transferred. Heat from the vessel is being transferred to the neighboring surroundings. Neighboring surroundings. That heat is transferred out to the surroundings through a process by radiations. So the vessel becomes cold because heat is being transferred to the surroundings through a process called as radiations. Yes, children. This conduction, convection, radiations, three processes are there. Conduction, heat transfers through solids through a very fast process. Convection, where the heat can transfer place in liquids. Okay. Convection, this radiation, the heat transferred through air. The heat is getting transferred through. It is being transferred to the. Heat is being transferred to air. Okay, from hot objects. Conduction, convection, radiation. Yes, children. These are three processes. I have spoke about the sea breeze, the land breeze. Okay. Sea breeze means the hot. What is sea breeze? The cold air, children, which is coming towards the cold air which is coming towards the land from sea during the day. During day, land breeze, hot air. Land breeze means cold air which is going from land towards the sea during night. Clear? Clear, children? Sea breeze means cold air which is coming from the sea breeze means cold air which is coming from the sea towards the land during day. Land breeze means the air which is going from the land towards the sea during night. That air is somewhat like what? Cold air. Cold air will go from land to the sea during night time. Yes, children. Then I should speak about children like to tell you. I will take let me name these as like can 1 and can 2. Let this be like metal cans, children. Okay, metal cans. Okay, metal like aluminium, maybe aluminium. Now let it be closed. Okay, let it be closed. To this I will add, to both these cans I will add hot water. I will add hot water. Okay, not the hot water, children. Let me add only water. Only water. This can I will paint it with I will paint it with painting. I will paint it with black color. This can I will paint with white color. Okay, white color. Black color paint for can 1. White color paint for can 2. Equal amount of water I will add. And I will keep it in the sunlight for 2 hours. After that 2 hours I will take it out and measure the temperature of the water in both the cans. I find out that the water in the black color painted can is temperature is more compared to the white color painted can. Dark color will absorb a lot of heat. Dark color will absorb a lot of heat. So only the water in the black colored painted can temperature, that water temperature was more compared to this water temperature which was painted with the white color paint. What I mean to tell here is dark color objects, dark color anything, they will absorb a lot of heat. Light color clothes also, they don't absorb that much of heat. Then children, the same thing, if this is one more concept, what I will speak now is a different concept. Okay, this was black color painted can, white color painted can. Yes. In this, I will take again same amount of water, but now the water is But now the water is hot water. That is hot water. Till this much I will take hot water. Till this much I will take hot water. Equal amount of hot water I am taking. Equal amount of hot water I am taking. But it is in a black color painted can. This is in a white color painted can. Keep these in a shade. Keep them in some room where there is a lot of shade. Sunlight should not fall on them. After half an hour, again you measure the temperature in both the cans. You feel that the temperature in the temperature of the water in the black color painted can will be more only, because this will not leave that heat so easily out. But this temperature, water temperature, was bit low after half an hour, because the light color, they will reflect the heat very fast. They will give out the heat very fast. This will not give, black color will not give the heat. They don't give out the heat very fast. Yes, children. So what I mean to tell here is, dark colored clothes, they absorb lot of heat. Light colored clothes, they don't absorb that much. They don't absorb the heat, but they reflect the heat back to the surroundings. Light colored clothes, they are going to reflect the heat back to the surroundings. What I mean to tell here is, then children, the people will be wearing woolen clothes during winter, because it will be very cold outside surroundings. The people who are wearing the woolen clothes during the winter time means, woolen, first of all, it is a poor conductor of heat. Woolen is a poor conductor of heat, and outside it is very cold in winter. In winter, outside surroundings will be very cold, and whatever the woolen clothes they are wearing, that is, woolen itself is a poor conductor of heat. In between the spaces of these woolen fibers, lot of air is being stored in this gap. In the woolen fibers, in between the woolen fibers, lot of air is being trapped inside. This air is also a poor conductor of heat. Where the air is, it is in between the fibers. It is in between the woolen fibers. Whatever the woolen sweaters I am wearing, this air is a poor conductor of heat. That air will prevent our body heat from going out from my body to the surroundings. Whatever the heat which is there inside my body, it will remain there only. Whatever the heat is there inside my body, that will remain inside my body only, because this air which is trapped in the woolen fibers, in the sweaters, that air which is a poor conductor of heat, it will not allow the heat from my body to go out to the neighboring surroundings. Air will not allow the heat from my body to go out from my body. So it keeps our body heat inside our body only, so that our body remains warm. So that what is the reason why we wear woolen clothes, sweaters, shawls, napkins, sweaters and all, woolen clothes, sweaters, we put sweaters and all, which are made from woolen, that will keep our body heat. That will not allow the body heat to go out from my body to the neighboring surroundings. This was all about the topic, children, which I wanted to end up this chapter. So this chapter ends up here. In the next chapter, I will continue with another new chapter. I hope all you people have understood the things. All of you have understood whatever the concepts I have spoke till now. Hope try to study well, good in your home, stay in your home, and be safe. Thank you.